My beloved child, receive these words as the fragrance of a new morning, as a fresh wind that carries the scent of promise and possibility. I know the longing in your heart for a true purpose that cannot be taken away by the storms of life. I see how you yearn for clarity when doubts swirl around your mind, making you wonder if I have truly heard your prayers. I want to remind you that nothing escapes my notice. Every heartfelt request, every trembling question, every moment you have reached out to me, I have seen. I have felt your longing to see the rains of grace wash over your life and fill every dry place within you. I have also seen how, at times, you grew weary of waiting, wondering if your petitions have somehow gone unnoticed. Let this be a confirmation to you. I hear you. Even when time seems to stretch on, I'm arranging circumstances in ways you cannot imagine. What appears delayed in your eyes is, in reality, perfectly timed in mine. I am the one who calls you by name and offers you water for your thirsty soul. I understand the desert places you have walked through, the moments when you felt parched and in need of something beyond human comprehension. I promise you that I can transform barren ground into a life-giving spring. I can bring renewal and vitality where hopelessness once lingered. I invite you now to open your heart to my promise. Stand upon the foundation of trust and welcome my blessings, not with doubt or fear, but with humble joy. Sometimes these blessings may come in ways that seem small or unexpected, yet do not dismiss them. Do not believe that I only move in dramatic, grand ways. I often move in the simple moments, in the gentle whispers, in the subtle shifts that take place when you least suspect them. If you cherish these smaller signs with gratitude, they will grow into mighty testimonies of my love, lifting you above the challenges of your past. I choose what the world sees as weak in order to show my strength. I choose what some might call insignificant so I can demonstrate my greatness. In the same way, I have chosen you. Even if you feel overlooked by others, even if you think your talents are too modest or your influence is too small, I have a design for your life that is anchored in eternity. Look around with eyes of hope, for you are on the verge of seeing marvelous things. My power is not limited by human opinions. I do not require you to be celebrated by the crowd. I only seek a heart that remains steadfast and open to my direction. Keep watch, for I am sending opportunities your way, and I want you to recognize them by immersing yourself in my word. When you embrace my counsel, you will discover that the blessings I send are always aligned with what your soul truly needs. My child, I have known you long before you were aware of me. Before the foundations of the world were laid, I was preparing a place for you. I wrote your story in an unending book of life, setting you on a path that leads to the fullness of who you are meant to be. Now is the time for you to embrace what I have set aside just for you. Come before me each day, bringing your plans, your uncertainties, and your shortcomings. Lay them at my feet with honest humility. Accept my forgiveness when your soul aches with the weight of guilt. I see beyond your missteps. I see your sincere longing to live in the light of my grace. If you stumble, I will help you rise. If you feel unworthy, remember that my love is greater than any mistake you have made. Let this be your assurance. No error, no failure can separate you from my affection if your heart remains turned toward me in sincerity. I understand that you have many fears. The future may appear uncertain to you. The world around you seems to tremble with conflicts, worries, and discouragement. But I want to anchor you in hope. I want you to remember that you are chosen to be a beacon of love in a world that desperately needs the comfort of my presence. Even now, I am preparing you for wondrous acts of faith. You will be my instrument to bring miracles to those who have lost all sense of hope. Together, we will walk through the narrow roads and the dark valleys, showing others a path to redemption and peace. Do not fear the unknown. Do not be intimidated by what society calls impossible. I am the one who makes a way where there seems to be no way. I have overcome every obstacle, and I call you to trust wholeheartedly in my power. I have placed blessings in heavenly places for you, waiting for the appointed moment to be released into your life. These gifts, marked with your name, are not random. They are carefully prepared. They include provisions you have prayed for, deliverance from burdens that weigh you down, wisdom to navigate the complexities of life, and treasured promises I desire to fulfill within you. I do not act on impulses or whims. I move with divine precision, orchestrating situations to reveal my goodness. If you remain steadfast, if you cling to faith even when doubt tries to overshadow your heart, you will see these gifts manifest in a way that amazes you. Continue to trust in me. Do not let discouragement shape your thoughts. Remember that your identity is rooted in my love for you. When circumstances tempt you to feel abandoned, know that I am arranging each detail for an outcome you will rejoice in someday. My beloved, you were never an accident. From the moment your soul came into being, I was aware of your every breath. My love for you is older than time itself, and my plan for you has been woven into the tapestry of eternity. Though sometimes you question my timing or my methods, remember that I am not hindered by human limitations. A single moment in my presence can alter the trajectory of a lifetime. Therefore, do not give in to despair if answers seem delayed. Pray with the assurance that I am not only listening, but also preparing you to receive miracles you have yet to imagine. The greatest blessing I ever gave you is my everlasting love, a love that embraced you when you were far away and welcomed you home when you returned with a repentant heart. You may sometimes fear that I turn away from you when you fail, or that I am disappointed when you stumble. Let me assure you, I am not frightened by your mistakes, nor do I reject you for your weaknesses. I see the depths of your soul and understand the motives and pressures that lead you astray. Your sincerity touches me far more than your imperfection disappoints me. Many hide behind a facade of perfection, pointing fingers at others in judgment, hoping it will validate their own sense of righteousness. You do not belong to that group. You are a person who values a calm spirit, kindness, and gentle thoughts. When you fall, you come to me honestly. You own your struggles and your regrets. That honesty is a beautiful fragrance in my sight. Never allow another human being to define your worth or attempt to shame you. No one on this earth has the authority to condemn you when I have already proclaimed my mercy over your life. Each day I want you to come before me in humility, listening for my voice in the stillness. Present your needs and your dreams before me, and I will answer with blessings immeasurable. Even though you say you do not crave material wealth, I know what you truly need to care for yourself and your loved ones. I will give you favor, open doors, and fill your cup so that you have more than enough to share. Be cautious, though, not to close your heart to these gifts, thinking you are unworthy or that I only care about spiritual blessings. I am concerned with your whole being, body, mind, and soul. While you receive these promises, understand that miracles do not always arrive with thunder and lightning. Often, they come as new connections, moments of clarity, or changes of direction that at first look like obstacles. What seems like a difficulty might in fact be an answered prayer in disguise. With faith and patience, trials can transform into blessings. Challenges can become the stepping stones that lead you to greater peace and provision. If you remain attuned to my guidance, you will find that each closed door can redirect you to an open one that serves an even higher purpose. I want your heart to overflow with gratitude for these hidden blessings. Give thanks for every step you take, trusting that I am with you in the journey. Above all else, remember this: you already possess my sincere love. That is your most precious treasure. You might wonder if my love is conditional. or if it can fade with time. It cannot. My love is unchangeable, anchored in who I am, not in what you accomplish or fail to accomplish. Receive this assurance. Let it shape your sense of identity. Let it remind you that even when you feel far from me, there is still a spark of divine hope burning within you, drawing you back into my embrace. You do not have to question whether I will accept you if you return. My heart is always open to you, even during your most confused hours. I understand that you are sometimes overwhelmed by confusion. You may not know how to escape certain patterns of thought, or you feel uncertain about which path to follow. You may have believed wholeheartedly in a dream, only to see it crumble. You may have leaned on friendships, only to find yourself alone when you needed help the most. Those moments of betrayal or disappointment can cast a deep shadow over your faith. Yet I call you to remember that I have never abandoned you. Even when you perceived nothing but silence, I was quietly working, setting in motion the events that would ultimately bring you comfort and reveal my presence. Just as I did in ages past, I arrive with perfect timing. The world may say I am late. Your own heart might worry that I have forgotten, but I always come in the exact moment that aligns with my design for your life. Think back on the many times I answered you with grace, times you may have overlooked because you were focused on the answers you thought you needed. I have spoken to you through gentle words, through people who cared for you, and through sudden insights that lit up your mind at the darkest hour. You may have doubted that these blessings came from me, believing they were just coincidences, but deep in your spirit, you sensed something divine stirring. It is natural to question how an all-powerful creator can speak to you so intimately. Yet my voice has never ceased calling out to you, urging you to trust and let go of your fear. Come now, step away from confusion. Realize you are cherished here in my presence. This is your home, where you can feel safe and find peaceful rest for your mind. This is the space where your soul can breathe freely, where your thoughts can settle, and where you can finally lay down every heavy burden you have been carrying for far too long. When night falls, allow yourself to find deep and restorative sleep, free from anxieties that rob you of hope. Give me the chance to speak to you even in your dreams. If you choose to remain open, you may discover that I fill your sleeping hours with comforting images and insights that set your spirit free. Imagine yourself standing by a stream of clear water, not just as a fleeting dream, but as a symbol of the renewal I bring. Let all your doubts, pain, and frustration be washed away by these waters of mercy. When you awake in the morning, you will feel differently. You will sense a fresh courage rising in your chest, a certainty that I have removed the burdens that once weighed on you so heavily. This is the gift of a heart that has been purified by divine love. It is a glimpse of what it means to live in the reality of my kingdom, where nothing is impossible and no weight is too heavy for me to lift. I am your life, your healing, the restorer of everything broken within you. The deep solution your soul craves is not in quick fixes or human answers. It is found in the enduring power of my presence. Believe this. Declare it to yourself each day. Write it down, speak it out, and hold it in the core of your being. A blessing is already approaching you, and you can feel a gentle stirring in your heart that something good is about to occur. In order for it to fully manifest, guard your thoughts from negativity and protect your faith from fear. Stand firm in the knowledge that I always have the last word, no matter the situation. Watch how I bring healing where there was sickness, restoration where there was loss, and beauty where there was chaos. If you feel a shadow of doubt creeping in, take heart and remember my power to heal. Rise in the courage I provide. Renounce every chain that has held you captive in worry. Let your mind be renewed and your memories be comforted by my grace. In my arms, every curse is broken. You are not bound by the mistakes of your past or by the judgments of others. You have the authority to walk forward, believing that I can and will turn your mourning into dancing, your loneliness into fellowship, and your fear into unshakable faith. My promises are unwavering, and I watch over them to bring them to fulfillment. I do not make empty declarations. Every word I speak is alive with limitless potential. What I have promised, you will see with your own eyes. You will not only receive all that you need, but also have enough to bless others who are in need. Picture a life so filled with abundance that you become a source of encouragement, generosity, and compassion to those around you. That is my vision for you. More than material prosperity, I long to see your heart overflowing with gratitude and your hands open to share my kindness. In that sharing, you will experience deeper joy, for in giving, you become a channel of my heart to a world longing to be understood and cherished. In this moment, open your heart to me completely. Allow my power to touch every corner of your being, your mind, your emotions, your body. I want to mend every wound, calm every fear, and replace every discouragement with a renewed spirit of hope. Show me those places in your soul that you try to hide, even from yourself. Let me cleanse them and fill them with light. You have fought many battles, some seen by those around you, others fought silently within. Your perseverance has not been in vain. While some tried to diminish your resolve or tear you down with criticism, you have kept going, clinging to the promise that I am with you. Let this day mark the turning point where you step into victory, letting the fullness of my spirit guide you. When you lay your plans before me and trust me to direct your steps, you will walk in the path of peace. Delight in who I am and see how I grant you the desires of your heart. If you call upon me, I will show you things so extraordinary that they surpass your highest expectations. These wonders are not reserved for a select few. They are available to every heart that believes I can do the impossible. You have heard many times that all things are possible for those who believe. Let this be the moment you truly receive that into your heart. Speak it, breathe it, live by it. Yes, I want to see your faith in action. I want you to rise each morning, determined to overcome the old patterns that kept you distant from my promises. Set boundaries where you must. Turn away from those influences that pull you away from the stillness of my presence. Those influences will not rescue you in your darkest hours. Friends who do not respect your commitment to walk in truth will not provide the solace your soul craves. You will not find ultimate worth in possessions or achievements if you drift away from my voice. Stand firm in what you have received. Seek my guidance when you wake, throughout the day, and when you lie down at night. Hand over to me every worry, and believe I will give you what is best for your growth and for the nurturing of your spirit. In the quietness, sense me drawing near. There is something marvelous, powerful, and awe-inspiring that is about to unfold in your life. Listen closely to what I am speaking in the depths of your heart. I love you, and I am always reaching out to you, no matter how many times you have questioned or doubted. Let hope anchor your soul. Even if today you feel weak or unsure, rest in my presence and remember that I, the Creator who placed the stars in the sky, am able to still every storm you face, both within you and around you. I hush the menacing winds that attempt to rattle your peace. No voice of discouragement can overpower the authority of my word. My word is life. My word is power. And my word stands forever. Your strength does not come from your own might. It comes from acknowledging your need for me. When you recognize that human capability has a limit and you unite your faith with my boundless power, you become unstoppable. In me, you gain courage that cannot be extinguished. In me, you find a reason to keep going when all others would give up. So proclaim with conviction that you are strong, even if you feel weak. Step forward with confidence, and do not let any setback dissuade you. Keep your eyes on the higher calling I have placed before you. There is a summit of understanding and fulfillment, and I am waiting there for you. From that vantage point, you will see the blessings I have prepared for you. You will find opportunities you never thought you could reach, and your soul will learn what it means to soar above every trial. Do not imagine that you must remain in despair or spend sleepless nights wandering in regrets. I'm calling you to a life of fervent faith, one that burns brightly, even in the darkest situations. Each new morning, as light breaks over the horizon, resolve to greet the day with a decision to be joyful. Let that joy be a shield against negative news or the worries that others try to impose on you. Show forth the radiance that I have placed in your spirit, for you are my child, and I take delight in seeing you shine. You offered your heart to me, and my spirit dwells within you, separating you from the storms of hopelessness that often trouble the human mind. While some may quiver at every uncertainty, allow yourself to stand on the firm ground of my promises. Where others might see only gloom, choose to see the possibility of new beginnings. Let love guide your actions and my strength guard your emotions. In that place of security, even fear itself will lose its grip on you. Watch how your prayers shift circumstances, and see how the words of faith you speak can bring healing, encouragement, and transformation to those around you. I have set you free, so step into that freedom boldly. Remind your loved ones, your friends, and anyone who crosses your path that I desire to lift them from despair just as I lift you. Let me comfort you when exhaustion tries to overwhelm you. Let me remind you that the adversity pressing against you may appear like a wall too high to climb, but I am greater. I can flatten mountains of trouble and cause them to vanish in an instant. The enemy of your soul might roar in an attempt to frighten you, but my voice is infinitely stronger. Fear tries to silence your heart's courage, but I provide the kind of calm that surpasses all human comprehension. Family disagreements, financial worries, health concerns, all these difficulties make you feel isolated, but I whisper, my promise that you will see miraculous breakthroughs where you least expect them. Now is the time for you to decide, will you believe my words or be swayed by the shadows of doubt? If you choose to trust me, you will act in faith, stepping out even when you feel unsure and never giving up in the face of obstacles. While no one else may see the tears you cry in private, I see them, and I gather them as precious tokens of your sincerity. I am here to wrap you in my kindness and to refresh you with living water. As you drink deeply of my presence, spiritual vitality surges into every part of you. Your inner being is strengthened, and your thirst for worldly validation fades. Trials still exist, but they cannot overcome you, for my grace upholds you. You have walked through challenging days, but take courage, for this is the moment you move from difficulty to resolution. My love will saturate every fear, pushing it away until it has no voice in your heart. Look at me now, and ask yourself if there is anything too hard for the one who set planets in motion. Reflect on the stories of how I have saved and delivered countless souls before you. Recall how I parted waters and brought light in the darkness. Let that same power calm the turmoil within your own thoughts. I hold you firmly by the hand, ensuring that the waves of doubt will not drag you under. I surround you with angelic help, protecting you when you feel like you are swimming upstream. My angels support you in unseen ways, guarding you from unseen threats. I have commissioned a whole host of heavenly helpers to walk alongside you, guiding and strengthening you on every path you take. I have decreed that you will be abundantly blessed, and no power in this universe can annul my word. The anxieties that once loomed large will shrink in the light of my presence, for my promises chase away terror. I invite you now to enjoy a day filled with awareness of my nearness. Choose to remember every hour that I am on your side, and that with me there is no possibility of defeat. Keep in mind, my dear child, that you and I together are always triumphant. no matter how daunting the odds appear. When a new morning dawns and you open your eyes, I want you to recall the intimate prayer you lifted up before resting. If you cried yourself to sleep, feeling like no one could understand the intensity of your fears, I was right there, hearing every word. I witnessed the silent plea in your heart for strength, stability, and a sense of assurance to face the uncertainties awaiting you the next day. See how you stand today, alive and with renewed vigor. Feel your spirit stirring with possibilities, your fear melting away as you remember my faithfulness. Where you once felt too weak to stand, now you stand tall, ready to overcome difficulties that yesterday appeared too large to face. Courage rises where timidity once ruled, and confidence replaces the unsteady ground you stood upon. Keep moving forward. I am placing within you a burning desire to conquer every obstacle in your path. Trust in my power, for if I guided you this far, I will guide you every step of the journey ahead. Do not forget that no matter how massive the challenge, it pales in comparison to my limitless strength. I have been, and forever will be, by your side. I accompany you through every twist and turn, never leaving you alone in the battle. I've already declared you victorious because you rest in my love. Even the tallest barrier standing in your way is destined to fall, as I am filling you with resolve and purposeful determination to rise over anything that tries to hold you down. Let go of anxiety and turn your eyes away from your worries. Understand that this process, though at times perplexing, is meant to deepen your faith. You can feed this faith by meditating on my promises, letting my truth replace every lie that says you are not enough, or that help will never come. Nourish your mind with hopeful thoughts, and fear will find no room in your heart. Stand boldly in the awareness that I am always near, that my power surpasses any earthly might. No threat can stand against a soul protected by my grace. Move ahead without hesitation, holding on to the knowledge that I am your strong tower. At the close of each day, pause once more to speak with me, share your burdens, and open your soul to receive a fresh outpouring of my wisdom. Rest in the quiet assurance that I will be with you the moment you rise again. You are not frail. You have an inner fortitude that stems from my eternal love. You own a measure of faith that can move mountains, and open doors you once feared were permanently closed. So do not doubt. Keep my words close, for they are the key that unlocks hope in the darkest nights. Keep them on your lips, for they release blessings into your surroundings. If you hold fast to what you have heard from me, you will discover that indeed, all things are possible for the one who believes. You are that one. Never relinquish that promise, no matter what twists and turns life may bring. Embrace hope, for I am here to steady you when you feel faint. As you stand against the harsh winds of adversity, you will see that you do not fight alone. I supply all the endurance you need. My kindness envelops you like a protective shield, enabling you to rise above the struggles. No matter how high the waters rise, my presence elevates you above the flood. I have seen your victories and your disappointments. I have witnessed your joy in moments of success and heard your cries in moments of failure. Let none of that discourage you, for I have carried you through it all, preparing you for even greater breakthroughs ahead. Recall that you have tasted triumph and stood in the light of answered prayers. Those same promises apply to this new battle you face. Do not fear defeat, for I have designed you to overcome. My words are your source of energy when you feel drained by the demands of life. Let them fill you with enthusiasm, for you will soon need every ounce of courage I have placed in you. You will watch as an extraordinary turn of events unfolds, confirming that my hand remains on your life. The power of my word can mend the broken parts of your body, safeguard your loved ones, and provide more than you could hope for in areas of lack. You will never be without daily sustenance or the comfort of my presence. Joy will flourish within your home, and your family will witness what it is to live in authentic well-being. When blessings pour in, remember always to be grateful. Keep humility in your heart, so you can also empathize with those who go through hardship. Use the overflow of your blessings to assist those in dire need, to uplift those who feel forgotten, and to shine the light of generosity into lonely places. In doing so, you open the windows of heaven ever wider, inviting even more grace and favor. True prosperity lies not in hoarding, but in sharing. And true happiness emerges when your household is filled with unity, kindness, and the desire to honor my name. I am not only restoring physical health and providing the resources for your life, but I am also binding up the places in your heart that have felt shattered. A future full of life and hope belongs to you, a future where you can celebrate the fulfillment of dreams that once seemed unreachable. Do not deny the possibility of change. Believe in this vision, a life anchored in my promise, a life where your thoughts are governed by love instead of fear. With such faith, you will accomplish what you once deemed impossible. You will break cycles of hopelessness and stand with unshakable confidence in my abiding presence. I am with you now and always, protecting, guiding, and sustaining your spirit. I quicken the flow of my blessings toward you so you do not despair. I am aligning circumstances, removing barriers, bringing you what you need exactly when you need it. Open your heart and your home to me and watch how my peace settles in every corner. Let every wall of division in your household come down, replaced by compassion and understanding. I hold the power to renew minds and soften hearts, ensuring that you and your loved ones dwell in harmony. I know exactly what you lack, what you question, and what you deeply long to see happen. Though I know these desires before you even speak them, it is still vital that you pray. When you pray, it clarifies your perspective and focuses your heart's intentions. You learn to align your desires with my will, and that alignment paves the way for heavenly resources to flow into your situation. If it is true triumph you seek, it will require something of you: perseverance and faith, passionate prayer, dedicated effort, and the willingness to let go of anything hindering your walk with me. In this way, your success will become a blessing that draws you closer to me instead of pulling you away. I have no intention of giving you anything that might burden your family or cause them pain. I want you to flourish in a way that fosters unity and well-being, not fragmentation. You are not meant to light up the world outside your front door, but bring darkness into the place you call home. Let your loved ones see the same glow of my love that strangers see when they interact with you. My heart's desire is for you to share laughter, speak with gentleness, show empathy, and maintain an environment of calm. In such a home, you can rest without the crushing load of stress that steals your health and peace. Whatever I bless you with should never steal your joy or your relationships. It should deepen them and give you more reason to appreciate life. Never forget, the goods of this world are fleeting. You brought nothing with you when you came into it, and you will take nothing with you when you leave. But the kindness you sow, the connections you form, the faith you nourish, those have eternal significance. They form treasures that will accompany your spirit forever. Love has a power that echoes beyond your earthly existence, creating ripples you cannot fully comprehend. When you stand before me, I will not ask how many material things you gathered, but how much of my love you showed. If you use your time and resources to serve with a heart that reflects my compassion, you will find your own spirit enriched. Yes, you will be honored for your faithfulness. There is a glory that awaits those who do not compromise their values or betray my calling. In the fullness of time, you will see every tear you shed transformed into a badge of victory, and you will exchange the burdens of this life for everlasting joy. My desire is to crown you with a splendor that this world does not understand, a splendor that radiates from a heart fully alive in my presence. I am able to influence seasons and bring transformation to seemingly hardened hearts. I orchestrate the entire universe, but my attention is still on you. Every trial you have faced, every disappointment you have carried, I have been using it all to shape your story into one of redemption and victory. The day is near when you will look back and marvel at how I turned every difficulty into an opportunity for grace to shine. Hold on to the hope that I am near. Listen carefully, for I knock on the door of your life, eager to reside in your home. Welcome me in, and let everyone under your roof encounter my peace. You may have experienced injustice, seen people walk away, endured betrayals. But I, the one who is faithful, will never abandon you. I will restore what was taken from you and multiply your blessings. Stand unshaken, refusing to accept defeat. Your journey has had its share of wounds, but you are still standing, and I promise to make you stronger. Those who have tried to harm you may think they have won, but when they see how I lead you toward fertile land, a place flowing with my wonders, their eyes will open. The deserts you have passed through have prepared you to recognize the value of my grace. Where others see barrenness, you will see potential for abundance because your faith has been refined in hardship. You may have experienced relentless challenges, but now is the hour of your upliftment. You will see ailments vanish, chains break, and freedom blossom in ways you thought you could only dream of. Consider hope your most priceless treasure. Continue to place my word above all else. Let it be your guiding star. There are those who watch from the sidelines, ready to criticize or filled with envy, but ignore their grumbling. Let it not distract you from the path of blessing I have you on. Your focus must remain on my voice, for in that alignment you will find provision for every need, honorable work, daily sustenance, fullness of health, a circle of loyal friends, and a household brimming with joy. I instill in you soaring visions and a passion for living an abundant life. Cast aside any thoughts of being too young or too old. Your age is no barrier to my power. I have done great things in the lives of people of every age, and I will do the same with you. My love knows no bounds. Nothing can stop me from expressing it. Let your heart stay dedicated to me, and you will witness wonders beyond your expectations. Come closer and open your heart to the whispers of my spirit. There is a reason you feel stirred in your quiet moments, a yearning that goes beyond ordinary desires. That yearning is the echo of my presence, reminding you that you were designed for more than routine tasks and fleeting pleasures. You carry a unique essence that no other soul can duplicate. You might feel insignificant in a vast world, but in my eyes, you shine with a radiance that cannot be dimmed. Others may attempt to define you, to mold you into shapes that reflect their own limited vision, but never forget that your true identity is found in my loving gaze. No matter where you go, no matter what crosswinds of life try to bend you, remain connected to me, the one who called you by name before the foundations of the earth were laid. If you feel restless, longing for a deeper sense of purpose, I invite you to lay aside the distractions that clutter your mind. Let the voices of doubt fade away as you focus on the calm assurance I place within you. In that stillness, new clarity arises. Your heart will soften, ready to absorb the seeds of promise I long to plant. The greatest harvests in your life begin as small seeds of faith, nurtured by devotion. Tend them patiently and you will see them flourish. Trust that I have already accounted for every detail, from the largest obstacles you fear to the smallest concerns that keep you awake at night. Each day, as you choose to believe my words over any negative voice, you strengthen the roots of your spiritual life, making you unmovable by the storms that occasionally sweep across your path. I know that sometimes you question your ability to persevere. Stress can weigh heavily, making you feel that you lack the fortitude to stand when waves of adversity roll in. But lean on me, and you will discover a fresh reserve of courage. You do not have to navigate these waters alone. My hand is perpetually extended, ready to steady you when your knees tremble. Through every season of your life, I remain the same. The circumstances around you might shift rapidly. Relationships might evolve or end, finances might fluctuate, and dreams might change direction, but my essence never wavers. Rely on that constancy, for it is an anchor that holds strong regardless of how fiercely the winds blow. Even when you feel you have nothing left to give, I assure you that is the very moment I can do the most incredible work within you. Brokenness is not a sentence to despair, but a gateway to transformation. When you arrive at the limit of your natural abilities, you make room for my power to operate. Let me carry you, heal you, shape you from the inside out. Trust that the scars you bear, whether physical or emotional, are not marks of shame, but evidence of survival and potential testimonies of victory. I bring purpose out of pain, and I transform regret into wisdom. The road you have traveled, with all its twists and turns, has brought you to this moment of intersection with my grace. Yes, grace. It is an active force, a lifeline for your spirit, constantly renewing, healing, and freeing you from the chains of past mistakes. When you come to me in honesty, holding out your struggles, I do not meet you with condemnation. I meet you with acceptance and a promise to help you rise above every fault and every wound. Let go of your fears that somehow you have gone too far or sunk too low. My hand reaches into the darkest places, pulling you into the light. My compassion is not grudging. It is boundless, like an ever-flowing river. Allow that river to wash over your thoughts, cleansing you from self-doubt, guilt, and lingering insecurities. Step into each new day with the awareness that you are forgiven, treasured, and equipped to walk in my power. I see how deeply you care for those around you. You crave not just your own redemption, but the healing of your family, the restoration of friendships, and the renewal of communities. Take heart, for I am at work in each of those areas. Your prayers are not echoes in an empty chamber. They are precious to me, like sweet incense rising before my throne. I gather them up and move in ways you cannot always perceive immediately. Sometimes my answers arrive like a sudden breeze on a hot day, bringing instant relief. Other times, my answers unfold slowly, a gentle progression that requires patient faith. Never think that a delayed answer means I have not heard, or that I have dismissed your plea. I orchestrate outcomes that align with your ultimate good, weaving details together in ways that will astound you when you see the bigger picture. Let faith fill your words when you speak about your future. Do not speak from a place of apprehension, as though you expect disappointment around every corner. Instead, let your words align with the promises I have whispered to your heart. Proclaim life where the world proclaims despair. Speak healing where others expect sickness. Declare restoration where situations seem irreparably broken. The tongue holds creative power, and by speaking what you believe, you partner with my spirit to bring heavenly realities into your everyday experience. Do not underestimate the potency of faith-filled declarations. When they are anchored in my truth, they can move mountains of doubt and open doors you once believed were locked forever. I realize that forgiving others, and even forgiving yourself, can be one of the hardest steps on this journey. When you have been hurt or have caused pain, the emotional residue can linger like a constant reminder of what once went wrong. But true freedom emerges from forgiveness. In letting go of grudges, you release yourself from the prison of bitterness. You step into a lighter state of being, where joy has space to flourish once more. Likewise, if you have been critical of your own faults, feeling unworthy of kindness, remember that I do not keep a record of your flaws when you come to me with a sincere heart. I see beyond your errors to the beauty of your potential. Learning to love yourself, as I love you, is an essential part of living in harmony. I invite you to expand your capacity for hope. Hope is the beacon that guides you through the valleys of uncertainty. It propels you forward when fear tries to pull you into retreat. As you nurture hope in your heart, you will see possibilities where others see dead ends. You will have the courage to step out of your comfort zone, to try again even after multiple disappointments. Hope is not a naive fantasy, but a spiritual reality fueled by my nature. I hold the universe in my hands, yet I am never too grand or distant to care about the details of your life. I have already planted seeds of hope within you, and I delight in watching them grow, bearing fruit that blesses not just you, but everyone in your sphere of influence. Look around at this world and how it changes from day to day. It is easy to feel overwhelmed by the headlines, by the chaos and struggles that seem to multiply. Yet I remind you to lift your gaze above the temporal. I dwell beyond the realm of human conflict, and my viewpoint is greater than any geopolitical shift or any cultural upheaval. I see the hearts of individuals, the silent cries for meaning, the undisclosed desires for peace, and the forgotten corners where hope has been all but extinguished. I call you to be a carrier of light in those forgotten places. Let your compassion draw near to the lonely. Let your generosity bless the needy. Let your wisdom guide the confused. In doing so, you act as my hands and feet in a world hungry for genuine love. If you are afraid you lack the resources or the skill to be an instrument of change, remember that I am your resource. My provision is not governed by scarcity. When you align your heart with mine, I supply what is needed for you to fulfill the mission I have entrusted to you. Whether that mission is in your home, your community, or far beyond, I will open doors no person can shut. I will give you insights beyond your natural understanding and connect you with people who can help carry the vision forward. Stand assured that no calling is insignificant when done for my glory. The simplest act of kindness done in my name echoes throughout eternity, touching lives you may never meet in this earthly realm. Sometimes it may feel as if you have lost your focus, that the noise of the world has drawn you away from the tranquility of my presence. In those moments, do not retreat in shame. Simply come back to me. I am ready to welcome you with open arms, eager to infuse your spirit with renewed clarity. The path of faith is not always a straight line. There can be detours, pauses, and even setbacks. But as long as your heart desires me, I will use every step, every stumble to shape and refine your character. You are, after all, a work in progress, and I delight in guiding you toward deeper understanding. Let my grace lubricate the places where life has rubbed you raw. Let my peace serve as balm to your restless thoughts. Consider how each new sunrise testifies to my ability to bring light after darkness. No matter how long the night may seem, dawn always arrives, flooding the world with warmth and possibility. So it is with your life. Difficult seasons do not last forever. A new day emerges from the horizon of your circumstances, carrying unexpected blessings. Sometimes you might feel that you have to strain to see the first rays of hope. Yet even if those rays seem faint, they signify the sure approach of morning. Hold fast to that promise. My light dispels the blackest night, chasing away every shadow that tries to cling to your mind. Allow that light to illuminate your purpose, dispelling confusion and revealing the path I have marked out for you. Stay vigilant, for distractions abound. Noise, busyness, and unhealthy comparisons can pull you away from the calm center of my presence. Cultivate moments of stillness where you pause everything else and simply rest in the knowledge that I am near. Listen for my voice in those quiet intervals. I often speak in the gentle whisper rather than in the roar of thunder. Resist the urge to constantly measure your progress against others. You are on a personal journey, tailor-made for your growth. What I am doing in someone else's life is unique to them. I have treasures for you that will come forth as you remain focused on the specific mission I have given you. In my divine order, there is never confusion, only perfect timing and alignment. Do not underestimate the power of gratitude. When you thank me for what you already have, no matter how small it might seem, you open a window for more blessings to enter. Gratitude shifts your perspective from what is lacking to what is present, from doubt to anticipation. Make it a practice to recall daily even the tiniest moments of favor. A kind word from a friend, a safe journey from one place to another, the beauty of nature that surrounds you. Each act of thanksgiving builds a deeper connection between your heart and mine. It softens you to receive even more, not just material blessings, but a profound sense of my nearness in every moment. I see your hunger for spiritual breakthrough, for the fullness of my promise. You might worry about the habits or patterns that cling to you, making you feel powerless to change. Trust that I am the one who can break chains. Your willpower alone may falter, but my strength never does. Surrender those struggles to me and allow my spirit to work within you. True freedom does not come from denial or avoidance. It comes from letting my love uproot the lies that keep you bound. I heal you at the root level, addressing the causes behind your behaviors and guiding you to a healthier, more abundant path. Take a moment to reflect on the gifts I have placed inside you. Do not dismiss them as ordinary or unimportant. The creativity you hold, the empathy you demonstrate, the skill you have honed, the leadership qualities others see in you, each is an expression of my character shining through you. As you embrace and develop those gifts, you reflect my glory to the world. Your uniqueness is a blessing, not a flaw. By celebrating it, you honor the divine spark that brought you into existence. Let love motivate the use of your gifts so that everything you do becomes an act of worship, an offering that points others to me. Think of the relationships in your life as a sacred opportunity. Family, friends, colleagues, neighbors, each interaction is a chance to either build or break down. Let love guide your conversations. Words spoken in kindness, even in challenging situations, have the power to mend what is fractured. Avoid speaking from anger or frustration. Instead, seek to understand before you rush to judgment. A soft answer can diffuse tension, and a patient heart can melt walls of misunderstanding. In a world so often divided, be a force of unity. Let reconciliation be your goal, reflecting my heart for harmony among all people. Where conflict arises, invite my peace into the situation and watch how solutions emerge that go beyond human reasoning. I want you to remember that your trials are not meant to crush you. They serve a purpose in revealing strength you did not know you had, and they draw you closer to me, the wellspring of that strength. View each hardship as an invitation to witness my power in action. Trust me enough to remain faithful and obedient, even when circumstances tempt you to surrender. Often my greatest works in your life are unveiled when you stand firm in adversity, refusing to let hopelessness dictate your choices. Every time you anchor yourself in faith, you grow in resilience and character. You become an overcomer, able to face future challenges with greater assurance. If you are uncertain about the direction you are headed, take time to seek my counsel. I do not hide my will in secrecy, nor do I cloak your future in endless riddles. I delight in guiding you, but you must quiet yourself enough to listen. Pray, yes, but also wait and discern the quiet nudges I place in your heart. Pay attention to opportunities that come your way and to doors that close, as both can signal my leading. When you choose to walk in alignment with my spirit, you discover that divine appointments fall into place more often than mere coincidence would allow. My guidance is precise. It respects your free will, but also leads you into the abundant life I have promised. Believe that I can and will do the impossible. History is filled with stories of how I've intervened in dire circumstances, brought freedom to captives, turned famine into provision, and illness into health. Do not allow cynicism or disappointment to overshadow your trust. Even if you have prayed for a long time without visible changes, do not lose heart. My timeline can be different from yours, but my heart for you remains good. Each prayer you lift up is like a seed planted in fertile soil. Some seeds sprout quickly, others take time, yet all are seen by me, and none are ignored. Keep praying, keep believing. A harvest of joy is on the horizon. Let your soul rest in the knowledge that you belong to me. In the silence of your thoughts, let this truth echo. You are mine, and I love you profoundly. Carry that identity with you in every setting, in your workplace, among your friends, during quiet moments, and in the midst of community gatherings. Let it inform how you treat others, how you handle disappointment, and how you respond to success. Pride fades when you realize that everything you have is a gift, and false humility dissolves when you remember how precious you are in my eyes. Stand tall in the confidence that you are chosen, yet remain humble in acknowledging that this grace is unearned and freely given. If you ever doubt your belonging, recall the countless times I have covered you with my protection. Think of the near misses, the random blessings, the encouraging words that came at just the right moment, and the unexplainable peace that settled your heart during a crisis. Those are not coincidences. Those are glimpses of my relentless love for you. I have spared you from unseen dangers and orchestrated events to display my faithfulness. Let these memories fuel your gratitude and remind you that I am intimately involved in your story. Nothing about you is hidden from my sight, and no tear you shed goes unnoticed. I see you sometimes wrestle with the desire to control every detail of your life. You long for the assurance that comes from having a clear plan with no surprises, but part of growth is learning to let go of that need for control. True peace emerges when you trust my sovereignty more than your ability to manage outcomes. Let me carry the weight of the unknown. When you release your grip on fear, you make space to receive my guidance and my blessings in unexpected forms. I am the one who sees tomorrow as clearly as you see this moment, and I can lead you confidently toward the paths that align with your ultimate good. Observe nature and notice how it thrives under my care. Flowers bloom in their season, the sun rises and sets with perfect consistency, and birds find nourishment even without storing up supplies. All these reflect my attentive care for creation. How much more do I care for you, fashioned in my image with a heart capable of love, empathy, and imagination? You need not be anxious about sustenance, safety, or direction. As you go about your tasks, remain mindful that I am your provider. I take pleasure in meeting your needs, not begrudgingly, but as a loving parent delights in caring for a child. Approach me with confidence, asking for what you truly need, and trust that I will provide in my perfect way. In the same way, I long for you to be a channel of blessings to those around you. Do not shy away from acts of kindness or generosity because you worry about lack. As you pour out compassion, you open the floodgates of grace, allowing my goodness to flow through you. You will never impoverish yourself by giving to others when you trust in my supply. Each heartfelt gesture, whether it's a comforting word, a meal for someone hungry, a listening ear for someone lonely, resonates in my kingdom. I multiply even the smallest offering. One selfless act can spark a chain of goodness that reverberates far beyond what you see. Take courage if you have been mocked, misunderstood, or belittled for your faith or your convictions. I see the struggles of your heart when you stand for what is right, even when it seems unpopular. Do not let external criticism silence your witness or extinguish your enthusiasm. My approval weighs infinitely more than the opinions of the crowd. When you stand with integrity, you align with my character, and that alignment is a source of power. Though the world might be fickle, shifting allegiances with the changing tide, my allegiance to you remains steadfast. Let my unwavering love be your anchor in a culture that sometimes celebrates what is harmful and ridicules what is pure. When your heart yearns for deeper experiences of my presence, do not hesitate to seek me earnestly. Draw near in prayer and let your soul be open to my voice. In that sacred communion, I reveal more of myself, unfolding deeper layers of my heart. Every encounter you have with me changes you, refining your character and igniting your passion for the things that truly matter. You are not called to be passive in faith, waiting for random bursts of inspiration. You are invited to dive into a living relationship that grows richer with each intentional moment we share. Let your worship be sincere. Let your praises rise like incense from a heart that acknowledges me as your source of life and love. Remember that adversity can also be a platform for testimony. When you face trials, you have an opportunity to display the power of my Spirit working within you. Show the world what it looks like to walk through the fire without being consumed, to pass through deep waters without drowning in fear. The same Spirit who empowered heroes of faith in ancient times abides in you. The miracles you have heard about are not confined to history. They continue wherever hearts yield to my will. Dare to believe that I can work a miracle in your specific situation. Stand on the promises you have read, the ones that declare that I am a God of breakthroughs, healing, restoration, and transformation. When you feel doubt creeping in, confront it with the truth of my word. Meditate on the stories of how I have been faithful throughout generations. Recall the personal triumphs you have witnessed, where my hand was unmistakably active. Sometimes you may need to speak out loud, reminding yourself of who I am and how much I love you. Let that verbal declaration strengthen your faith. Do not be afraid to voice your struggles in prayer. Honest communication with me builds intimacy. I already know your thoughts, but when you openly express them, you release the burdens of your soul. I respond not merely to polished words, but to sincere hearts that long for genuine connection. In times when you feel isolated or doubt my nearness, look for the subtle ways I manifest my care. It might be a gentle message spoken through someone you least expect, an encouraging scripture crossing your path at just the right time, or the quiet peace that envelops you in a moment of crisis. These are my love letters to you, reminders that you are never abandoned. I understand the complexities of your emotional life more deeply than you do. I see every facet of your personality, every secret dream, every hidden wound, and I love you completely. Trust that my love does not waver with your changing moods or life circumstances. If ever you question your worth because of past mistakes, see how I am able to redeem even the worst experiences and turn them into testimonies of my grace. Some of your greatest lessons and your most compassionate traits can grow from the ashes of failure. When you let me restore what was broken, the outcome is far more beautiful than if there had been no breakage at all. I am the one who brings beauty from sorrow and laughter from tears. Let me teach you how to glean wisdom from those painful chapters. Let me show you how to walk forward unencumbered by regret, free to embrace the present and the future I have prepared. Be bold enough to dream again. I place the capacity for dreams in your heart as an expression of my boundless nature. Where you see closed doors, I see new paths. Where you see delay, I see preparation. Do not clip the wings of your aspirations out of fear. The gifts and talents I gave you are not random. They have a purpose. Allow your imagination to partner with faith so you can envision possibilities that seem to defy logic. If you anchor your dreams in my wisdom, I will guide you step by step, turning what appeared improbable into reality. I walk with you, providing resources and opening opportunities you never would have discovered on your own. Strengthen your relationships by modeling the love I have shown you. Keep no record of wrongs when it comes to those you hold dear. Be patient, kind, and quick to encourage. Every kind word you speak builds a bridge of trust. Every act of forgiveness preserves unity. If conflicts arise, address them promptly and respectfully. Do not let resentment take root, for it quickly grows into bitterness that disrupts peace. Let my example of mercy guide you in how you handle disagreements. I extended mercy to you many times. Now extend it to others as a living illustration of my compassion in action. My child, guard your heart from discouragement, for it can seep in stealthily through disappointments. When you face setbacks, remind yourself that a single defeat is not the end of the story. Look at those who have faced repeated failures, only to rise again, stronger than before. I specialize in turning setbacks into comebacks, weaving unforeseen blessings into areas you once considered hopeless. Every trial or failure becomes an opportunity for personal growth, humility, and renewed reliance on me. Your endurance, refined by challenges, becomes a beacon of hope for those who watch your life. In your victories, my glory is revealed. In your struggles, my grace is magnified. Above all else, maintain an open line of communion with me. Prayer is not a tedious ritual. It is the heartbeat of our relationship. Speak to me in the morning when your mind is fresh and eager for the day. Whisper your thoughts to me in the midst of daily tasks. End your evenings by reflecting on my faithfulness. Let my spirit counsel you through the complexities of each decision you face. This kind of intimacy allows you to hear my nudges more clearly. It keeps you grounded in my truth and immune to the deceptive voices that try to derail your journey. As your spirit stays anchored in my presence, you become more discerning, more resilient, and more fruitful in every endeavor. Do not be afraid to step into leadership roles or to take initiative in areas you sense my prompting. Though you might feel inadequate or unequipped, remember that I call you not because you are already perfect, but because I can equip you perfectly. Those who serve humbly and sincerely, leaning on my strength rather than their own, accomplish more than they ever imagined. Leadership is not about seeking personal glory. It is about serving others and guiding them toward the light. When you lead with humility, you reflect my character, inspiring confidence and unity among those who look to you for guidance. As time moves forward, seasons of life shift. You will experience transitions that may include change of location, new career paths, family growth, or the departure of loved ones. These transitions can feel overwhelming or destabilizing, but I want you to know that I am with you in each change. I stand in every doorway between what was and what will be. Trust me to guide you gently through these passages. Embrace new opportunities with readiness and let go of old chapters with gratitude for what they have taught you. I weave continuity into your life story so that each season, even if marked by loss, also brings the potential for rebirth and reinvention. Rejoice in the wonder of creation. Marvel at the intricate details of a sunrise, the majesty of a starlit sky, the rhythmic dance of the ocean's tide. These are reflections of my creative nature. As you immerse yourself in the beauty around you, let it stir your spirit to worship. Acknowledge me as the painter of every colorful horizon, the composer of every bird's song. This mindful appreciation lifts your heart above daily cares, drawing you closer to the Creator who fashioned all things in love. Whenever you feel disconnected or drained, pause and observe the natural splendors that testify of my existence. You will find that such reflections awaken renewed awe and reverence in your soul. Take steps to nurture your spiritual health. Just as the body needs nourishment, rest, and exercise, your soul thrives on healthy practices. Surround yourself with people who encourage you in faith, who challenge you to grow and hold you accountable in a loving way. Invest time in reading words that uplift your spirit and broaden your understanding of truth. Engage in sincere worship, allowing your heart to express its adoration. Service, too, is a form of nourishment. When you give of yourself, you find you are unexpectedly replenished. Let your faith be more than a concept. let it be an active force guiding your daily decisions. Be vigilant about the influences that shape your mind. Not everything that glitters in this world benefits your soul. Discern what you watch, listen to, and dwell upon, for it can either feed your faith or fuel your fears. Messages of despair, immorality, or divisiveness can seep into your consciousness and drain your spiritual vitality. Instead, seek content that aligns with life, hope, and virtue. This does not mean isolating yourself from reality, but approaching it with wisdom, guided by my perspective. As you fill your mind with what is pure and uplifting, you strengthen the resilience needed to stand firm in a world that often strays from grace. When you falter or feel overwhelmed, remember to rest in my grace. You were never meant to carry life's burdens alone. Place them in my hands and allow me to shoulder them with you. Rest is more than physical sleep. It is a deep trust that I am in control. In resting, you declare with your actions that you believe my power is greater than your anxiety. My rest is restorative, bringing not just physical renewal, but also emotional and spiritual refreshing. Seek that rest deliberately, carving out space to breathe and to remember that your identity is grounded in my love, not in your accomplishments. If conflict arises, whether in your home, workplace, or community, recall that true peace originates from me. Efforts made in your own strength might calm the surface temporarily, but genuine reconciliation and lasting peace need my guiding wisdom. Call upon me in moments of tension. Ask for humility to see beyond your own viewpoint and for compassion to hear the pain of others. When you invite me into the center of conflict, I soften hearts and clarify misunderstandings. Peace becomes achievable, not because you have mastered every negotiation tactic, but because you have allowed my reconciling spirit to work through you. Be bold in sharing the hope you have discovered. Many around you, even those who appear confident or content, wrestle with silent fears and hidden wounds. Your testimony of my love can be the key that unlocks their hearts. Share not from a place of superiority, but from authentic compassion, mindful of your own journey and the grace you have received. When you speak of my faithfulness, speak honestly of the ups and downs you have experienced, highlighting how I carried you through. Your story, marked by my intervention, is powerful enough to bring encouragement and fresh faith to those who wonder if genuine hope still exists. Cherish the gift of fellowship. You were never designed to walk the path of faith in isolation. My desire is for you to find companionship, support, and unity with others who also seek to know me more. Lean on each other's strengths. Pray for one another's needs and celebrate victories together. In that sacred sense of togetherness, you reflect my divine community, standing side by side against adversity. In fellowship, you learn patience, empathy, and sacrificial love. You discover that when one member suffers, all suffer, and when one member is honored, all rejoice. This shared journey enriches your soul and multiplies your joy. As you continue in faith, do not fear the refining process. Growth sometimes requires pruning. Certain habits, relationships, or attitudes might need to be set aside so that you can flourish in new areas. Though letting go can be painful, it clears space for the blessings I have in store. The refining fire purifies, removing impurities and bringing forth the best version of who you are meant to be. Trust my hand in this process, even when you do not understand every detail. My aim is never to harm you, but to bring you to the fullness of your potential, aligned with the greatness I have ordained for you from the start. Keep your eyes on the eternal. Life in this realm is transient, filled with changes and eventual partings. Yet your spirit is designed for everlasting fellowship with me. Do not let the fleeting nature of earthly things steal your eternal perspective. Each choice you make has significance that reverberates beyond today. As you live with eternity in mind, you will find deeper meaning in daily tasks, relationships, and even leisure. You will make decisions that reflect my values, storing up treasures that cannot be corrupted by time. My kingdom stands unshakable, And when you anchor your soul in eternal truth, no storm in this world can uproot your peace. Know that no matter how many times you have walked away or grown cold toward me, my arms remain wide open. I do not reject a contrite heart or a soul that comes longing for reconciliation. If you have strayed, let my mercy welcome you back without hesitation. Let my forgiveness wash over every regret, turning condemnation into a new beginning. I am the one who restores what was lost, the one who rebuilds what was broken. You can never exhaust my compassion. Step forward, unhindered by shame, into the abundant life that I have longed to share with you from the beginning of your existence. Rejoice each time you witness even a hint of transformation within yourself or those you love. Celebrate progress, however modest it may seem. Every step away from fear and closer to faith is a victory worth acknowledging. Growth is often gradual, like a seed that takes time to sprout and mature. Praise me for the progress and trust that I will bring every good work to completion. Your journey, filled with lessons and moments of grace, is priceless. Embrace it fully. Your daily faithfulness, your small acts of kindness, your resilience in the face of adversity, all these weave together into a portrait of my grace shining through you. I am here with you, in each breath, each heartbeat, each subtle shift of emotion. I am the love that will never leave nor forsake you. I am the light guiding you when darkness obscures your path. I am the source of life, forever sustaining your spirit. Rest in my promises. Stand on my truth. Draw near in prayer and worship, and you will discover me anew each day. Trust that my plans for you are abundant in hope and anchored in love. You are my beloved, my precious child, and I delight in the story you are living, a story that declares my glory and reflects my endless grace. I love you always. Amen.